Namaste student. Today we're going to see some basic geometrical concept. Here we have some term like point, line, line segment, ray, plane, parallel lines, intersecting line, coincident line, concurrent lines, collinear points, incident properties. There are two properties. We're going to see this all. Now, what is point? Point, if you take this one, this pane only. If you take the pane and it is a nib point, you can see here. This is point. Generally it is not a point, it also has a length and the breadth, thickness is there. So point means exact location of a point, that is location maker, you can say that. Okay, position, it tells about the position. Line, collection of points, and if you join them infinitely, there are infinite number of points. If you join them, you will get a line. Point have no dimension, that means no length, no breadth, no height. But line, there is a dimension, length are there, but we cannot measure. Remember, the line segment is a part of line, that means which can be measured. This is, we can measure. Like if I'll take a, this is your point. Now if we have lots of points, that means infinite number of points very close to each other, and now if you join them, you can see you will get a figure like this. That means we have given a name that is called line. Your line have no end points, there is no end point, that's why both sides we are using arrow. And if we take 2 points from here to here, take out this one, you have certain measurement, that means some length you have. Then this figure we call line segment. Segment means part of what? Line. Sometimes we call line segment as a terminated line also. Terminated line. Remember, terminated means finished. It has an end point. See, line has no end point, no length, no breadth, you cannot measure. Okay, but here in a line segment, if you see, you can measure it. You have 2 end points. Now if I'll give one line like this, bigger one and a smaller one. Now if I'll write here AB, generally we denote like this. And if you take PQ, so how are you going to represent PQ? Like this, and AB like this. Now if I'll ask you which is bigger, AB or PQ? Yes, your answer is PQ, na? I know. Many of you will say that no sir, both are equal. Yes, those who have said that both are equal, then you are right. Why? Shall I say both are equal? No, here also you are wrong. We cannot say anything about them, which is equal and which is bigger or which is smaller. We cannot say, not defined exactly. Why? Because we cannot measure. Then how could you say that which is equal and which is bigger and which is smaller? So our answer will be that we cannot say anything about them, because line cannot be measured. Remember this thing. Now next, if we'll come to this point, if I'll take AB, this one, and another, if I'll take the bigger one, the PQ. Now you can say that AB, general symbol for this one we use like this, and PQ like this. So by looking this one only, you can guess that PQ is bigger one, so we use this symbol. But here we cannot say anything about that which symbol we're going to use. Now half of a line means you take the half part of it, then you have one end point and another side never end. Arrow is there, arrow shows that it will never end, it will continue like this. So if we have one end point, then we give a name that is called ray, and this one have another name also, half of line, ray. Okay, now next we'll see, so how are you going to represent this one? O and OA if you want to write, then the side where the arrow we can see, there we'll use OA like this. This presentation we're going to use. Okay, this one for Once again, recapitulate. For line, like this. For line segment, like this. And for ray, we use this symbol. See the notation. No endpoint for line, 2 endpoint for line segment, 1 endpoint for ray. Line and ray cannot be measured. Line segment can be measured. Remember this difference between them. Now plane. So what is plane here? This space surface. See, you cannot catch. The surface which you cannot catch, only you can touch, that is a plane. Okay. Now, now if we'll see that there is a incident property. Let's try to understand. If you take one point on a plane, then through this point you can see that lots of line can pass. That means through a point there are infinite number of lines which can pass through it. Don't take this two one which are not touching this point. So you can see here, and this line, this all line, collection of this all line, we call concurrent line. Okay, and from any 2 point you can draw only one straight line. Remember, from one point infinite number of lines you can draw. From 2 point only one line. Remember this 2 point. This we call incident property of line and point. Now if we take two lines which intersect at a common point, then this two line we call intersecting line. And if it has more than one line, this one, then we call concurrent lines. There's a difference between the concurrent and intersecting. For intersecting, only 2 lines should be there, and for concurrent, minimum 3 lines, maximum no limitation. Remember. Next we'll see parallel lines. Here we have one common point. If there are infinite number of common points, like if we'll take one line and another line will be on the previous line, then you can see that there are infinite number of points which are common to both of them. Then this type of line we call coincident lines. Now the lines, pair of line, remember these are pair of line: parallel line, intersecting line, coincident line. We talk about pair of line here. There's 2 lines, the line which never intersect each other on the same plane, remember, on this plane only, and they have the constant distance between them, is called or are called parallel lines. Now the last one we have here, that is collinear points. What are collinear points? Take a line, take 3 points ABC, and then ABC are collinear. Collinear, that means coed, all are on a same straight line. If we take this your D, then A, B, D are non-collinear points. Why? Because D you can see which is not lying on this line on which A and B are common, or the line which pass through A and B. Okay. Now there are 2 presentations. So line presentation we're going to see here. Like already we have seen line presentation. So one we have seen this AB, and we generally write like this. This is one presentation for line. Another you can write, take a line and just beside you write a small letter L, M, N. You can use these all. So there are 2 ways to represent. Okay.